the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
We are still counting down to the 7th of December, one of the biggest ever decision-making days for Ghana. Now, the rest of the world, any this rich and peaceful West African country to once again deliver a transparent, free, and fair elections devoid of menteme ho ase mini metiu Macau. Enti we are seeing any ewo man so. Na sisi ayekasai international observers from the European Union, from the United Nations, ewo man yemo. Yawo international institutions, omo a coalition of observers, to say Kodeo, eno munkaka hunyina ewo man yemo. International media organizations like the BBC, the CNN, Al Jazeera, Reuters, Africa News 24.com, omunyina nso wo man yimo just to observe said on my Ghana ya batwa ye koso nyankopon ya domo a December 7th ebesi aye. Now a delegation led by former President Goodluck Jonathan of Nigeria, delegation comprised of former African leaders, also international observers for the 7th of December general elections, and so be pimu my Ghana mo enti very very packed series of activities and a course my yemo all efforts in preparing towards a very peaceful election. Na enra BBC News Africa enya kwenya body the residence of former President John Mahama interview. Now according to the BBC interviewer, our questions akese miensa omu epe ho anu ye e Africa Ghana mapanyi dada ho. Asem be say di kan say ye wo BBC ya tisem na mo amoye campaigns say the president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, person be sign the LGBTQ plus mbra da Ghana mbra se bedwam. Eno nti Ghana fonto abentiam. Enti e bebusa former president say oba. Now Ghana fonto abama wa obeba be sign na. That was question number 1. And the reply was very very interesting. Bebodi achire. Question number 2 was that kwan ben na wo pese wo faso implementing a 24-hour policy program and no flagship program. Or sell it to citizens of this country. See you so and to a bamfama. Now, will this policy be able to be implemented in a period of 4 years and now? Another interesting answer. And the former president Dubai. And the third question was, are you ready to ensure that peace prevails in this year's election? And then are you ready to accept the outcome of the 2024 elections? And also an interesting answer. And the former president Edema BBC reporters now omonene yes interview. Tienko tie all these questions and the former president Edema now fin comedy hall.
Ghana is among the few African countries to pass draconian anti-LGBT legislation widely condemned by human rights groups. Will you sign it into law if it is brought before you?
It's not an anti-LGBT, it is a family values bill. It was approved unanimously by our parliament. You see, it's against our culture, African culture. It's against our religious faith, Muslim and Christian and all that. But I think that we must look at the bill, and the president must indicate what he finds wrong with that bill and send the bill back to Parliament. Or alternatively, he must send it to the Council of State and get the Council of State's advice.
Is that what you would have done?
That's what I would have done.
And will you ever sign an anti-LGBT bill?
It depends on what is in the bill.
How much will it cost your government to implement a 24-hour economy?
You can't put a cost on it. You're thinking about it as if we'll wake up overnight soon as I'm sworn in a 24-hour economy.
Will you be able to do that in 4 years?
We will start, at least.
So your 24-hour economy then is a gamble?
It's not a gamble. Why would it be a gamble? 24-hour economy is not a new concept. It's been implemented in Sydney. It's been implemented in UK. It's been
But these are
implemented
bigger
in
economies.
Singapore.
You can't compare Sydney,
but
Singapore
they started
to
somewhere.
Ghana.
They started
You
somewhere.
have 4 years. Will you be able to implement that?
4 years, is that the end of Ghana? So after 4 years, that's it.
A new government comes in.
And says we don't want 24-hour economy.
It's possible.
Well, that's Ghana's loss.
Will you accept the results of the December elections, regardless of the outcome?
If on the election day, there's widespread ballot snatching and beating of people and the military moving and intimidate people and shoot people and thugs are all over the place rampaging, you want me to accept that result? It will depend on the transparency and fairness of the process.
Yeah, abekura MPP for. Dabi amile me kan se Ghana ya manyo sembe ko yie a ebegyina afia ba ebeto no so. Se oman no beye yie a ebefiri aba ebeto na fi so. Se politicians ebebu Ghana fo a ebegyina ba ebeto na fi no so. Se politicians and a political party bi ba power na obeyire no ho aye adwuma de asom oman no a ebefiri afia ba ebeto no. The entire me can read say Rollins time obedi 8 years. Ena okoye. Ena wampanyinku for obedi 8 years. Ena okoye. Professor Mills. Ena John Mahama ebedi 8 years. Ena omokoye. Ena Nanadu nso obedi 8 years. Enti omo adi aya nyumbi. Omo yen as a business as usual. Enti emfie nwatwi bi ese party. Esa ban. Say yani sadia ebema political party bie no oba abemu a especially in the second year no obayire no so ye bibidi abo ma no because when him say wokote bosome kura de brem asase we so a emfe nwatwe so ambeto abatia no enti obaye de opebia na okọ ne baabi basafi Ghana fo eto abama MPP kire se ye pamamu papa ye pempuntuo ye peyedie a emre bia kire and society crab beba party no beba no so behunu se wayire no ye adwuma ni yi a o ma no nyamfie nwatwe pe na ye de bema no on bema na yire no ho atoa so aye adwuma nti obi abeba bia no beyire no ho se obeboa ma o ma na tumpon ade a na adodan kokufo ado ani MPP aye ne Ghana ha no senka eye ba bia no anka fi kra nka beka sam yenya aba no to na o mo ntoa so but ye nhihye na ye de ye adwuma ebi se da bia me ka se sika kwa me nkroma nyaye Ebro be president of Ghana hano. Senanado enyamu 1/10 a anka de obey ni Ghana hano enya asem ketwa. Sika akwa me nkrumanya ye tiemu du. Ana nanado ba na emu 1 eda ho se wonfa me adwuma. Anka de obey Ghana hano enya asem ketwa. Enso oba ise dwoma maka chen so awe na mama na kadompi. Sa na omampani kufo eba no. No omampani dada Rollins aka chen so oba obeji skill de betua adwuma efo ka. NDC fo no aye mambofo se omoba akonya no so a omo de omo kwa no ma se ho. Omaye oba onche ware ase no otuba nchia wonua enti bebia se omoba no mo kwa omu jetem Rollins ka che kofo se wo ba no obeji ska do betu odwuma efuo ka ene okoye Mahama eko no ka che na nado se yawe nam no amana ka dompe nanso de ya na enwanwane se MPP fo ba opon se bibia ni hori nyina mo omutumi ye bibi omampani kofo ba ye na omuche se fuel aka omawe ye fan we betumi de adi dwuma no jama bosumi mienu kra enu nanso ni nyansan mu no amampani kufo tam yansan la yantofu eda te se de hu Rolling time no otumi aye niema ma omawe etumi gina ye naso Mahama de bewura su adum somu esum fie nan a obekọ a okase wawe na mama na kadom peni nyina achi no na na do ba ye nhye da na esum bia mu yensan la nto petrol da bibia e wo ho no enti se wo ye Ghana ni na afi wo kọto aba dwene konkan se enti meto ma ba ma NDC to ya da bi omba no mabese wo man nyansa wo musema sa to aba ma NDC bio asa wo dwene ho se wonim de enti eto aba pa de a enya se bia party na na okogina mu na wo kọto aba ma na wo to aba pa yedi a esa wo hunu se NDC nye party a ye se ya bre na ya da age se kọto aba ma wo mo because omo me ya de papa bia ma o man no
okay
aha I invest here. Me say MPP for ebe ginger youth no a womo wo ma wi mu no ama o ma hunu hia se omo to abama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any MPP parliamentary candidates no ọma we da ache no ejina youth no so se ejina youth so a John Mahama na ne ka kire Ghana fo se ye pese ọma no koyi a ye to aba ye nto aba ma abrante a ne ho tua ne ho so ene oni Dr. Bawumia na eba and ohwe omampani da John Dramani Mahama emenya doctor de but ono ane kan ye wasi in the natural scheme of things no ohwe na ahode no so ate bebre adwuma na ewo oman no mu nya adwuma bia yedidi agro ye hia nipa ne ho odin a obetumi adi konanimu John Mahama ye mre wa ye mre a ma sesei adwuma no be ne din se Ghana for your mistake edi adwuma ma no a odi be ye na odi be ye hospital kro odi be ye niema niema bia emmoa wo ma no enti emeburu no na enne NPP for ebe connect youth connect no ene ha no mo ebe hye ne kena pa na emeburu na hunu se abawei ewo bibi pa bi ma wo no mo se nanado na nkokufu ado ne Dr. Bawumia ba ye omatumi adwene emeburu ho na omama emeburu nyina nya nwoma sua mu chefa na esese emeburu no eboa eno anam na ba bi obi se o John Mahama se oba first year obetua school fees enti ye ne ye motuma na ye wanko secondary school abede wako first year university wontumi nko enti obi a ode wo eko secondary school no wie ye no ansa na wo nya kwan awura university mu no one ne wo agenkwa yesi se okoto dokro na se de na wudi a enya de oye dokro no nkwa na se okanfo no de oyamaburo no nikenika wura na oyamaburo no ese ode nkanfo no bi ma no efise oyamaburo no yentia enti na nado dan kwakufu ado na asiesie meburu no ama wo mo da ache a enne o metumi akọ university meburu no enso enwene o mo da ache ofise Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia akire de obeyama mebunu a ebe ma mebunu so da ache asiye obetumi asua bibia fri Dr. Bawumia ho ama watena Ghana ha aye adwuma wo US UK Germany Spain ene bia aka nyina no anya ketua wo ha obi nsi so bebo kokobuo kitwa bi ama wo obi so beto abobo ya de polytank esiso no ato Wellington boot ama wakọ university awie no chese NDC for John Mahama ne nkrofo no eni bi pepe bia ma o man mebunu me kai Rashid Pepo ne time wase wo awie university utifie ehwe abansa ban mere wadwuma wo ye kwadwofo abra obetumi akotwa sere na de abegu kwa ho na woni eye nantwe ni nwa no duru wa mato akoma omu nwan oti ho se aban ma wadwuma nye abra obetumi akosesa aboba e de abegu kwa ho na se wunya trip ba ku bia obi ba beto na ono nso e de akwa akosi ni dan oti wo se wa university wunya adwuma nye a wo ye kwadwofo ohun NDC for wo ya bebunu a wo de owura hye omumu a na usuku a wo koye no ama emfaso amaso wo ya bebunu wa ko school especially wa ko university awie na so wo de owura kohye NDC mu a usuku a wo koye wa ama emfaso amaso fi se wono no baka to se obekwa akoto Wellington boot ama na wato abobo ya ama no wa de polytank esiso abunsu agum na wo de awota esere so university a wo maame no papa ebe okade wo koye no adwuma NDC for se be mo aye no enti afi wo kwa akoto aba na wonso wabe nipa bi daachi na so be kwa akoto aba ma NDC dia wa ma mfaso ama usku a wo koye no so
that's okay no mehu a video of an interview of John Dramani Mahama with I think BBC. Now in the said interview no or can say Ibisa and say what is the cost of 24-hour economy. And I'll say 24-hour economy no any event now wait me a cost say bia ebe cost si and ebe cost sim me who video no me transit din and me say oh really 24-hour economy no any event but free education there John Mahama was expecting say Akufo-Addo should be able to put a definite cost on the free senior high school education. Meanwhile, free senior high school education so
a process
free senior high school education a process
because I feel so many
why was John Dramani Mahama expecting Nana Akufo-Addo to cost free SHS now catch Ghana for a cost system now or no dear ultimately and cost 25 economy say and also be cost system that is the inconsistency of the former president John Dramani Mahama and the NDC as a party it is what transiting now who former president send your old behavior you only know say or you'll be a what you say what you need what Jenny dear, I can be as well ye. Enti Ghana for Eshe, na Ghana for so 8 year. Na minim say Ghana for ebe making the right decision going into the 2024 election. I remember that ebe and eba so. That's what I didn't know being to mean cost 24-hour economy never cost. I didn't hear.
I know na one. Say, what meeting I can say free SHS as so much me cost to. Not 24-hour economy is to mean cost. So I said, okay, you know. That's just a one casano. Unye ni pa say the hoto so. Wo nim say I said don't kat ya can say. Mo amomo ye where the adwuma yi. Eno an say mo beja wi adwuma ba. Na mo aba nadwo. Mo ba yate light no so amamo. Enti mo betime hunu say o. Wonu kura ye adwuma wo Ghana ha mo ye welders mo use light no. Ene no mo use power say. Enti so mo ba nwumna ne yete so a ebeka say. Enti say otimi cost to. Sa yeah wo ye night clubs ya wo ye esa hunu se o night club no ka se ne bebo ho enti se John Mahama entumi anka nkyere Ghana fo nyina cost wa wo sa free 24-hour economy no a esa hunu se onim de wo kan bi keke wo se MPP fo ahye bodo ntimi si yen hye bi
asa obeka say at one point in time na o say entro and MPP for di chire Ghana for and Ghana for to entro no na Ghana for to abadema omo. Another point in so no say boshe Ghana for MPP for chire omo na mo to aba. So is it the case say and yen so yen konko di ntro no bi en chire Ghana for no and yen kwa shebo ayenim say unrealistic and so na be omo so beto abadema yen.
Ya bia me ka say Bible say de aye ano akomama ama na busuo no e na no ka. Onu se na anu ya ni tape bae no. Wo ka se omunyi no hu ntwa ntro. Na titru asantefo de omo gi atro di pa. Entu twa tro kire na nani beji kama. Enti o ma tena se hunu se. Wo muntumi maachi MPP. When it comes to policies o muntumi. Enti ya ka se no mo kɔ no policy wise ya ni begu ase. Enti di betimi aboa ya ne se. Ya nso enhye bɔ no bi. Se ye bo hye de eye Roman asɔre de ma afɔrebɔ no bia. Ye bobo boda no so bobi ye de koma na so ye otise o mkeka no so aka bi enti sa na ndi sufo ayo madwene ye nso ehye bonu bi na e bia na Ghana for aye mistake na o magina bo hye no so ato aba ma na chese na ye yafa ho eno nti no mo ye sa na oni bibia se o de be ye bibia ma o man Ghana e bo hye no o hye bi
that's why ye hwe ayo de ye mra fi kakra na ye hwe the new patriotic party fiti bra campaign no e sha ase NDCD kan eyi omu leader ansana NPP ebe yini de efi sabre na besi sabre me no nyina ye de di campaign na chi pa etesema
de ma me nya gidie e wo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiemu ene se waye nipa da biarada wode bibi foforo na eba innovation and that 3 days ago na me coffee me ni obi na me fa lady bi ni ma no lift no ne nyina ye koro eno ka se Ghana pa na ye campaign a wonti dede sei aka na nsame akoto aba pa na wonti dede sei ena me ka se Dr. Bawumia no se Bawumia de wa bin pa de na wo kan no onya MPP ni so de o kan se Dr. Bawumia wa bin Dr. Bawumia de bibi sonko aba afi campaign no mu kane na fanfare no ana ekoso bebre no ana edomba ne abesa ne abaji ani no afi wa hu ni sa Owura fie, owura market, owura shops, owura nkofo nyumemu, okọ lorry stations. Wani nipa no enya connection one on one. Enti ema afi campaign no de ayeson kokra. Eno ana ama